Alright, I'm here. What up, it's Shankster94, and welcome to the 64th weekly Q&A. I am your host, the Gamer Shankster. This is a place for you guys to ask questions, receive answers, communicate with each other, have pitiful comment wars, and to witness the occasional troll getting blocked upon inspection. And probably with this Q&A specifically, get some details on the current situation I'm in, if you saw the stream I did yesterday. Alright, so we got usual contenders here. Wyatt Shottrend, main man mod, who was informing you guys I was running a little late. Who else we got in here? By the way, once again, my freaking stream status is returning bad, so if I'm buffering at all, let me know. Maybe I'll do something about it. But, so yeah, we got, let me get this chat here. Stop. Okay, yeah, Wyatt Shottrend, Bill Plumley, AG22, Anthony Music. Yeah, I guess I should. Bill Plumley, yeah, you know what, since. Yeah. Alright. Where was I? Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly I can't do that in this. Alright, so yeah, slow mode's on now. Alright, so let's get on with the questions. Yeah, I could still go an hour, even though I'm like 8 minutes late. Okay, so let's see, let me work my way up here to see what the first question is as soon as I got on. Alright. So, yeah, how's the fire situation going? The car fire that I'm in? It's not. So, as of last night, it was like 83,000 acres. It is now 89,000 acres. But the good news about that is it was like the last 3 nights in a row, it would double overnight. But this night, it didn't double. So it's really nice to hear. The containment hasn't increased, unfortunately. It's still only 5%. But it is well away. It is well away from Reading, where I live. So right now, it's actually threatening the hometown of my folks. So that's what I'm concerned about right now. Yeah, they live about I don't know, 15 miles west of where I live, and it's going that direction. So yeah, which you probably would know since you have my personal Facebook page. So yeah, Bill Plumley, that's how it's going. I got slow mode on, Anthony. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, Bill Plumley, you are a mod now. Hey, original girl gamer, also known as Emily, I believe. Shotgun Diplomat. Well, the thing is, Bill Plumley has made significant contributions in a very short amount of time. That's why he deserves mod status. Why it's already feeling threatened now that Bill's a mod. I wonder where Manif is. He hasn't shown up yet. But he'll probably pop in sooner or later. I don't know, though. He's probably sleeping. Oh, were we even talking about that? It's like the Vigil passcode you could never forget until you finally recently went back to the remake as Jill and found it out. Yeah. Yep, Anthony. She seems to always be in that spot when I do these Q&As. It's kind of cool. Alright, Wyatt. survive the fire apocalypse or the zombie apocalypse? Well, a fire apocalypse is obviously more likely to happen than a zombie apocalypse. But I feel like getting burned alive is more painful than just getting zombified. So I will rather survive the zombie apocalypse. Alright, the Grim Reaper, what's up? AG22, did I sleep or worry about the fire situation? So I'm always worrying a bit, but I didn't lose sleep over it. Right now, it's never gotten close to where I live, so I've been calm about it this whole time, and I've been working my ass off. I mean, I did a 12-hour shift earlier. Before that, I did a 18-hour shift, so yeah, I've been working overtime, big time, but in the end, it's gonna be worth it. Cha-chang! Alright, so let's see what else. What would it be better if the fire apocalypse happened at the same time as the zombie apocalypse? The fire would torch a lot of zombies than avoid a fire. Maybe, but I wouldn't count on a fire apocalypse. I mean, we'd have nothing to return to. It's also the most and least favorite aspect of producing my last video, which was the car fire update. Well, I just did that on the fly. There's really no producing aspect to it, since it wasn't a planned stream. I did exactly what I wanted to do. I just wanted to inform you guys of what was going on and maybe give you some perspective, even though it wasn't very good. My Twitter and Facebook photo of like part of town with the orange sky behind it is a better perspective. That gives you better color of what it looks like. It doesn't look like that right now, because it's kind of farther away from where it used to be, so I'm good. We're still getting smoked out. The problem here now is air pollution. That's the main problem here now. It's like unhealthy to be outside. I have recirculating AC here, so I'm alright being inside, but yeah. You got a $10 donation from Bill. You know it hits next month, but buy some ice cold Mike's Hard after it's all over. I still haven't abided by Wyatt's request to drink limeade and buy a Nintendo Switch yet, so I'm probably not going to remember to do something like that. Alright. So, Bill Plumley, has this fire situation happened near me or my folks in the past? Not like this, not to this scale. About 9 years ago, when I still lived with my parents, we did have a small fire spark right in our hometown, like on a mountain really close to us. We were evacuated, but since it was a very small fire, it was very easy for crews to just spark a retardant line across like the mountain that was near us, and it never got to our house. So no, it's never happened to us on this scale. The place it started is like literally right in between where I live and where my folks live. It's like in a place called Whiskey Town and French Gulch, if you want to look it up on the map. Because yeah, once again, like I said in the last stream, people, at this point, I don't care if you guys know the city I live in. I mean, for the online creeps out there who want to kill me, you still have a city to scramble through to find me, so fuck off. But yeah, I live in Redding, California. It's in Northern California. It's in Shasta County, if you need to know that. Yeah, so you can guys look up on Google Maps, and I don't know if you go on Google Maps on a desktop, I don't know if it'll show you like the fire. But if you go on Google Maps, like on a mobile app, it might show you that. It's called the car fire. Alright. Hey, Tina Schroeder. Yeah. Fire Mario. You have another tough question. What is my favorite weapon for each category? Handgun, shotgun, submachine gun, assault rifle, etc. in the entire series. So in the entire series, my favorite handgun is the Beretta 92F, also the Samurai Edge model, of course. My favorite shotgun is probably the Hydra from Resident Evil 5 specifically. My favorite submachine gun is the Heckler & Koch MP5. My favorite assault rifle is probably the AK-47. My favorite Magnum for sure is the Smith & Wesson M500, also known as the hand cannon or elephant killer. My favorite sniper rifle is the semi-automatic from Resident Evil 4. It's either that or the anti-material rifle from Resident Evil 6. It's tough when it's like across the entire series like that. My favorite explosive weapon is definitely the RPG-7 rocket launcher. My favorite like fundamental weapon that's like unnatural and whatnot is definitely the PRL-412 from Resident Evil 4. Did I miss a category? My favorite knife, I guess, is Chris's combat knife. The huge one. Alright, enough of that. White Chachman Fire Apocalypse plus Regenerator Apocalypse or Fire Apocalypse plus Dr. Salvador. The Dr. Salvador plus Fire. Bill Plumley, how crazy has it been in my newsroom while covering all the... Dude, we're in 24/7 mode. No regular programming is getting out to our viewers at all, other than commercial breaks, which we do maybe about every 15 minutes. Wyatt, is the fire named after my boss? No, but it's funny you say that because a few people at this station have joked about that. Yeah. Nightboy, shout out to everyone that wears sneakers that have step parents. Why? AG22, do my coworkers know about channel? Only like a couple of them. I don't even know. I don't think my boss knows about it, to be honest. That's not something I share a lot with like general public. It's personal and it's hobby. So, Wyatt, will I take my girlfriend out to a fancy dinner with all the extra money I'm making overtime? Probably. It's probably one of the things I would do with all the extra money I'm gonna be earning. Yeah, that's one thing I want to do as soon as I get as soon as my boss finds a way to give me a day off, which he's working really hard to do, I'm going to see my girlfriend. That's what I'm doing. And probably my family, since it's my family's moving around like a bit right now because they were evacuated. Like I said, it's heading towards their hometown. So I need to find a way to see them somehow. And then I get to Bill's donation. Michael Cho, sorry you missed some of the previous Q&As. You're preparing for college. Any college tips? Other than the general education, man, I would say do only what you want. I mean, you may have to take a couple classes that are part of your major that you're not gonna enjoy. I sure as hell did, but work through it, man. I mean, I got my certificate. And thankfully, that's all I really wanted, so I never went for the associates. But, because I would have to take general ed to do associates, and I'm just not. I'm so against general ed at this point. I failed English class. So, Anthony Music, have I seen the Nintendo Switch fails on internet that make you laugh a lot? I think, nope, I won't buy a Switch. I don't know anything about the Switch, really, other than its functions. I didn't know there were fails, so... Maybe Wyatt can talk about it a little bit because he knows the Switch a lot more than I do. AG22, have I seen a live tornado? No, not in my lifetime. However, this fire that I'm near is generating fire-nados. Like actual tornadoes made of fire. It's generating its own weather. It's a beast. So that's like one of the biggest damagers of buildings around here, around the fire. So yeah, those things are deadly. Anthony Usury, you made it. You're back. Cool. Bill Plumley, how long have I lived on my own? Almost 2 years. August. I don't remember exactly when in August. Maybe August 15th or so. That'll be when I moved out of my sister's. So yeah, almost 2 years I've been on my own. Why get killed by the car fire's flames or by smoke inhalation? Smoke inhalation seems like a better way to go. Just coughing to death instead of getting burned alive. The Grim Reaper. Have I ever heard of the Angry Video Game Nerd? Yeah, I have. I don't know if I've watched a single video of him though. It's like one of those things. It's like I totally heard of him, but just actually never watched him. AG22. White wine versus red wine. I think I would go. See, I've had red wine. I don't know if I've ever tried white wine, so I don't really know. I want to try white wine so I have a better answer. Because red wine to me is, I can't really drink it. It's kind of disgusting for me. Bill Plumley, have I ever had a gaming system catastrophically fail on me? Such as a red ring of death? Yeah, I actually have gotten a red ring of death before. And I had to replace my Xbox. Any other system failures was kind of a result of my own rage, you could say. Like when I was very young, a child, maybe 6, 7 years old, I literally took a hammer to my PlayStation 1 in the past and crushed the shit out of it. Nightboy, it's a joke because you step with feet. Oh, okay. What? As an absolute and unbelievable show of support, you have become a $50 patron. Ooh. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Woo. Okay. So Wyatt Shotron is now a $50 patron on Patreon. I'm trying to think, what were my rewards for that? I mean, other than being a $5 patron of your own, which I feel like I mean, as supportive as that, as back supportive as that may be, I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose. So I might ixnay those requirements. So, and also because almost everyone who went up that way doesn't really have their own Patreon. So, yeah. But anyway, 50. I can't remember my rewards for 50. I'm gonna take a second here. You know, also one thing I didn't do is I never started the 1 hour timer. So now I'm just gonna go off the clock. I started this thing at 3:09, so at 4:09 or 4:10. Let's just say 4:10. My time. I'm going to end this thing or stop the questions and just catch up. But yeah, I'm gonna take a second here and go to my Patreon, and because I can't remember what my reward is for a $50 patronage. I know $20 you guys earn a chance to Skype with me every month. And you get, yeah. So let me see. Benefits. No. Okay, so here, I'm going to read off my rewards for all the tiers of my Patreon if you guys are interested. So, $1 or more. I mean, you get access to patron-only content and patron-only polls, which I actually don't even do. My content is free for all on Patreon, so basically $1 is just simply showing support. So the tier is called Sure, Why Not? You don't really get anything for it, though, other than showing support. So, now the $5 tier I call showing support. So, you get a message from me personally showing my appreciation, like on whatever social media you want. $10 tier, it's called I Believe in You. You get at the previous tier's rewards plus a shout out from me at the end of every video following the pledge, and I'll follow you back on all of your social media of your choice. So that's why Carlos Aranda, Wyatt Chatron, and Bill Plumley get shout outs, because they've at least done $10. Now $20 tier, which I have 2 of now, is TGS, also known as the Gamershankster True Fan. $20 patronage earns you all previous rewards plus a planned one-on-one Skype or Google Hangout once a month. And then the one I feel like I'm going to ixnay is become a $1 tier patron of your Patreon, but I'm going to ixnay that. Okay, so now, Wyatt Chatron, you just became a $50 patron, which is called a Die Hard TGS Aficionado. So you get all previous rewards already. Well, what's ironic is you would earn mod status on my weekly Q&A live streams. You already have that status, though. Oh, so apparently I'm obligated to send you my new videos to download before I even upload them to YouTube. So you will always be the first viewer of my videos from here on out. I'll have to remember that. The thing is, I don't know if I can send a whole video like through Facebook or Twitter or something like that. So we're going to have to devise a way for me to do that for you. Okay, and if you guys care... I do, my top tier is $100 patronage. It's titled You Are God. And obviously all previous awards, but I do the Skype thing every 2 weeks instead of just once a month. So more like twice a month. And here's the big one. You would earn a spot on all of my intros, outros, social media, and like all the graphics associated with my channel. And there will be a little sub-headline saying, supported by your name. So if you ever one day become a $100 patron, which I feel like one day you may actually be crazy enough to do, you will almost become a co-owner of this channel at that point. Almost. So... yeah, those are my Patreon awards, people. So, alright. So I'm going to go back to the Q&A now. Wherever I was. So yeah, why become a $50 patron? So yeah, I'll just have to remember to start sending you my vids before I upload them now. Now the thing is, that only goes for the content. That doesn't go for Q&As, obviously, because those are live. But yeah. So my next piece of content would be the prologue to Resident Evil 0 when I ever get around to doing that, and especially now that this fire's happening, I'm really not caring about that right now. But yeah, because all of my game consoles, believe it or not, are actually packed up in case I ever had to evacuate. So I haven't played a game in like 3 days. So, Anthony Music, favorite thumbnail of any of my YouTube videos? That's a cool question. It kind of has to make me think about it a little bit, but honestly, I would say it is for my most popular video. It's my Ultimate Weapon Showcase. It's my name with like 2 guns drawn, and with the Resident Evil. No, it's not my name. It's Resident Evil with like 2 guns drawn. Something like that. Yeah. Wyatt Chatron, if everything I know and love gets burned to a crisp, will I stay with you? You'd be better host than any other subscriber. Well, the problem is why I would have to fly all the way to New York to get to you. So you're honestly not the best option for me. I'm more like, I might go to my girlfriend since she lives just 70 miles from me. If I had to choose a subscriber to be a host, yeah, then it would be you, but just you're so damn far away. Tina Schroeder, you figured out you can survive an absorption by Nynx, but it has to be killed by a fellow player or the CPU before you die. How do you think it feels like to survive that in real life? Probably you're pretty much attached to the person who saved you for life. Alright, Wyatt Chatron, Morgan Lansdale versus the Merchant. The Merchant seems to survive almost anything, so... and he's supernatural somehow, so yeah, I think he's going to win. Alright, hey, Angelic Diablo 98. Bill Plumley, do I think there is more than the state of California can do to prevent these giant wildfires. So they already have resources from out of state. I actually heard on a recent report that they're going to get some firefighters as far from Florida, so across the nation, to help out with this fire. Yeah. What was I doing before? What was I doing after? Before, I was looking in on the statistics of the fire. Afterward, I mean, I'll have a little less than an hour before I have to be at the station again, so I'm probably just going to be doing more of that, if not maybe catching up on some YouTube videos. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to be doing anything normal. AG22, have I tried Kool-Aid Fun Fizz? I don't think so. I've had regular Kool-Aid plenty of times. Tina Schroeder, I sound a little sad, is it true? I'm not super sad. Nothing horrible has happened to me personally yet, but no, I'm just concerned. And maybe a little tired because I've been working a lot more than normal. Anthony Music, advice. If I buy a Switch, be careful with the controls because you can configure them wrong, the opposite order. They will be stuck and won't get out easily. Well, once again, the only reason I'll ever buy a Switch is if an exclusive Resident Evil title comes out on it. I mean, against Wyatt's outrageous $200 donation to put towards a Switch, like, I really right now don't want it. How goes everything, Carlos Miranda? They could be better, basically. Alright, I'm going to put this down and sit back a little bit. Alright. Wyatt, what did I last eat? What do I plan on eating next? It'll probably be all the same. I've been eating a lot of pizza because the station I work at provides a lot of it, and I've actually been chowing down on some fruit recently because someone made a fruit salad. Yeah, I'm drinking a lot of Gatorade and water, because that would be best for me right now. What would I be honored or annoyed if the car fire was renamed to the Shankster Fired? Annoyed. Because that's not a good name. AG22, what's planned for the next special Q&A? So the next special Q&A won't be until number 75. And because it's sort of a quarterly milestone. And my plan for that one, if people don't already know, is I plan to do... So if you remember in Q&A 60, I did a three-way Q&A with Wyatt Chatran and Man of Muff. And that one was one of the best Q&As that we have ever seen, for two reasons. One, I was featuring two people that are well-known on these Q&As. And because I earned the most amount of donation money ever in a Q&A. Like, over $400 was given to me that night. And it just, donation wars really make these Q&As. But anyway, the plan for Q&A 75 is to do something similar. So I'm going to attempt to do a four-way Q&A. So with Wyatt, Manif, and Bill Plumley, who seems to be the newest member, the newest well-known member here. He built his reputation very fast. Because he sort of rebelled against Wyatt in a way. Alright. So Anthony Music, has something paranormal happened to me? If not, would I want that to happen to me? No, nothing paranormal, and probably not. I would not want that to happen to me. Because that would induce a little bit of fear into my body. Alright. What was my recent shift that was super long, the longest shift I've ever worked? So the last shift was the one before that, the 18-hour shift. Yeah, it definitely is the longest shift I've ever worked. Before that, maybe the longest may have been only 12 hours, and it definitely wasn't for a situation like this. Bill, would I rather be hot and sweaty or cold and shivering? I'd rather be cold and shivering because you could always get warmer. Once I strip naked and I'm still hot, that's pretty much it, unless I find a water source. So, yeah, cold and shivering I would rather do. Now, that sort of goes along with the question that was asked before. Would I rather die by fire or by freezing? I would rather die by freezing. The Grim Reaper, what is the most disappointing Resident Evil game? So, my least favorite is Umbrella Corps, so you could say that would be the answer to that. But it's not necessarily disappointing, it's just outright trash, to me. Don't take it personally. I would say the most disappointing Resident Evil game is probably Resident Evil 6. Because it looks like they tried to go back to horror a little bit, but they didn't try hard enough. Especially with Chris and Jake's scenario, it was still action-y as shit. Alright. Grim Reaper. Oh, I mean, that's the question I just answered. Wyatt. Do I know anyone who is helping to actually fight the fire? Do I know anyone? Not personally. Wyatt, choose from the following 2 loadouts to survive the fire apocalypse. Funny. A rope, first aid kit, and 2 bottles of Powerade, or a powerful flashlight, 1 freeze grenade, and a utility knife. Probably let out B, because once it's dark, you can hardly see out here, so the flashlight would come in handy. Nightboy, do I plan to see Skyscraper? Maybe one day. I think my girlfriend's interested in that movie a little bit. Wyatt Chetron, Bill and Manif haven't pledged $50. Please revoke their mod status. Well, Manif's not even a Patreon. Not even a patron. But he gave me a shout out. That's the difference. Honestly, I don't have any real requirements to gain mod status as proven by Wyatt, Bill, and Manif. You basically just have to make some sort of significant contribution. The only one I named, really, was $50 patronage. But there are other ways to gain mod status. Obviously, to do a shout-out, like a legitimate shout-out, like a whole video, like Manif did. Or make a significant donation through these Q&As. Like, that's how Bill Plumley is, because he's the first one to do 100. Well, then Wyatt had to top him with 200. So he gave me $50 at least once, so if anything, I earned mod status for at least a month, but not holding him to that. Bill, be saved from the car fire by Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, or Arnold Schwarzenegger? Arnold Schwarzenegger. Bill, chill. Yeah, you're right. You were a mod and not at the $50 tier, so that's hypocrisy right there. Tina Schroeder. What would earn a $1 billion patron? I'll just simply give him the channel and I'll retire. I mean that. I'll give him everything I own related to the channel. And I'll retire to a nice resort. Wait, do you realize, Tina, that patronage is a per month thing? So, I mean, unless they cancel it after the first month, they'll literally all be earning $1 billion every month. So that's $12 billion a year. Jesus fucking Christ, man, that's overdoing it. I don't even know if Bill Gates is that rich yet. He probably is, but slowing down a little bit on this Q&A, but it's all right. AG, how much would I funny enough, the very next question, how much would I sell my channel for? Well, so the minimum I would take to just give my channel to somebody, especially now that it's actually earning me a decent amount through you guys, I don't know. Like, let's just round it to 10 grand. I will take as little as $10,000 to give my channel up. Yep. Now, don't any of you get any ideas, because I mean that's sort of that's an empty statement right there. That's a hypothetical situation. I don't think that's really gonna happen. Who would want my channel? Other than maybe Wyatt Chachman, but it's like, if you buy the channel, you're responsible for the content that comes out on it. You would have to change the name if you bought it from me, especially if you plan on doing something other than Resident Evil. Wyatt, choose from the following 2 loadouts to survive the Kipapio apocalypse. Those little things. The riot gun with reload 2, 3 freeze grenades, and backpack for carrying items I find, or the Che-Tac M200 intervention. Oh, it looks like an anti-material rifle. Okay. With reload 1, 2 incendiary grenades, and Resident Evil 7's basic knife. Kipapio, let's see. I'll go with loadout A. Anthony Usury, would I rather take a shot of hard-ass tequila, aged for 10 years? Ooh, that sounds good. Or try to walk a mile on legs. On Legos. Painful as hell. I'll take a shot of that hard-ass tequila. That's instant. And I actually did have 2-year-old vodka in my freezer one time. So that's the worst I've ever done, probably. Alright. Anthony Music. Have I ever had a favorite game and it was remade but never bought it until months later? No. No. Bill Plumley. What do I feel the age demographic for my subscribers is? Probably ages 6 to 30. For the most part. That's probably the range. Now, the most amount of viewers, it's really hard to tell, but I get a lot of kids reaching out to me, like on Xbox Live and whatnot. So it's like, I don't know. But Resident Evil is a mature audience game, so I probably do have older fans too. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with that 6 years old to 30 thing, because I don't want to give a more specific age range, because I could be dead wrong. Preferably, if you want my preference, I would say no younger than 13-year-olds. And as for older, I'll let that go forever. I don't really care if a 70-year-old would watch me, but that would be kind of weird, because I mean Resident Evil only goes as far back as 1996. So a 70-year-old liking Resident Evil like that, it'd kind of be weird. In my opinion. Wyatt. SRS A1 Stealth Recon Scout. Quit making me look up shit. I literally have to copy that right now and paste it into Google Images. Okay. It's just another type of sniper rifle. Looks like a silenced version too. So that Resident Evil 4 shotgun with damage 1 and the Beretta 93R with reload 1 to survive the Sploder Apocalypse, or Resident Evil 4 semi-automatic rifle with scope, an LEM4, the Charge 1, SIG P226. I'm already going with loadout B in that case. Tina Schroeder's try to survive a zombie or a hater apocalypse. A hater apocalypse I can handle. I just ignore them all. What are they going to do? Wyatt Chotron, Raynard Fisher versus Quint Ketchum. Well, Raynard was executed. Quint was not, so Quint Ketchum wins by default. AG22, get beheaded or gutted? Beheaded would be a great way to go, if you ask me. Bill Plumley, what is one TV show I would like to be revived? American Dragon Jake Long from Disney XD. Nightboy, have I played any other games on PS4? Besides Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, I have. Well, this doesn't really count because it's just a port, but I have played Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm on PS4 because it was ported in like a trilogy, which made me really happy because the first Ultimate Ninja Storm was exclusive to PS3, and I didn't have a PS3, so I had to start with 2 because that was the first one in that series that was ported to the Xbox side as well. Which is why I'm glad now I have both consoles, so I should be okay when it comes to exclusivity, unless they decide to go Nintendo Switch on me, which I really don't want to consider. Just some gamer, why isn't tomato soup considered a ketchup? That's a good question. I don't know. But isn't ketchup technically a smoothie, since it's just ground tomato? Blended tomato. Wyatt Chatron, Quint Ketchum versus Keith Lumley. Quint wins in terms of, like, computer skills. Keith wins in, like, physical combat. Wyatt Chatron, Sheva versus Quint Ketchum and Keith Lumley. Those two are probably going to win. Bruce McGovern versus Raynard Fisher. Once again, Bruce wins by default because he's still alive, I think. Wyatt Chatron, 3 Sploders versus Bruce McGovern, armed with a SIG P226. And Resident Evil 7 Survivor Knife. Bruce will find a way to win. Dallas Martinez, what'd you miss? Just a few things about the current fire situation I'm in, and other than that, regular Q&A stuff. Wyatt Chatron, Sploder versus Glass. I think the Sploder would win. Carlos, question about my cat. Do I have cat litter, or does she go outside? I have cat litter. She's an indoor cat. She's a house cat, big time. Night Boy, what is the best Gatorade flavor there is? You haven't had Gatorade in ages. My favorite is Fruit Punch, the classic red flavor. Alright, Wyatt Chatron, have I spent any of my Q&A 60 cash yet? No, I haven't, actually. I actually haven't gotten the paycheck yet from YouTube for those donations. Because my YouTube paychecks from my network are like 2 months behind. Are always 2 months behind. So, in August, I should be next month, I should be receiving, I'll eventually be receiving that paycheck. And once I do, I'll probably have close to about $500 in my PayPal account that your guys' donations go to once they pay out. Just some gamer. Mario and Luigi are known as the Mario Brothers. That means their last names are Mario. So Mario, and Luigi Mario. Huh. Wyatt Chatron, Glass versus Novistador. The Glass has the advantage since it goes invisible. Wait a minute, so does the Novistador, I forgot. Glasps are a lot more deadly. Novistadors don't have insta-kill attacks. Bill Plumley, do I believe in saving my extra money and investing my extra money? I believe in saving. That's the way I've been doing all this time. I haven't gotten into investing really yet. I would need to... If I won the lottery, however, I would invest in that money. Alright, Wyatt Chatron. Carfire versus Bill Plumley. Dude, that's a stupid question. I'm not answering that. Who would win in a contest to score higher in an IQ test? Bill Plumley or me? I don't know Bill Plumley that well. I realistically don't even know you that well, man. So, best not compare me to other people. AG-22. Get acid attacked by a Novicidor or chopped up by the Roach from Resident Evil 5. The Raper, you mean? I'd probably go Reaper because the acid attack I regard as one of the most brutal deaths in the Resident Evil series, actually. Just the way it exposes Leon's skull if you do die that way. Okay, Wyatt, who would win at a game of chess? Resident Evil 5 Wesker or Jessica? Wesker, probably. Save Jessica from the car fire, and she marries me, and you get to have lots of hot sex with someone who basically looks on a mile, but her girlfriend dies in the fire. Already, Wyatt. Ixnay. Just stop. Yeah, Jessica gets killed in the fire. Fuck that bitch. Bill Plumley. What's the worst job overall that I have worked? Well, I've only worked 2 jobs in my life, really, so it's definitely the one I had before my current one. It was a fast food joint. It was Taco Bell. Wyatt Chatron, my reaction if Manif doesn't shop up for this stream. Show up, you mean? It'd be the first time since Q&A 25 that he'd be absent. Really now? That is kind of significant. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. Anyway, Nightboy, you don't think I'll see you in any Q&As because you don't have a laptop and you're not crazy about getting one. Oh, are you saying like featured in one? Well, yeah, if you don't, then you can't be. Because the requirements to be featured in my Q&A, the like you guess system requirements, you do need a PC with a working webcam. Or even your phone might work. It's just you'll have to keep it on you the whole time. You have to have Skype is really what you need. You need to have a Skype account. Tina Schroeder, just fun. Please don't take it serious. Marry Wyatt as a straight boy forever with marital obligations. Or turn gay forever. So I see. It's just the marriage part of it, not the romance part of it. I'm definitely not turning gay, so I gotta. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. Don't get your hopes up, player. Alright, Bill Plumley. Have I ever pulled an all-nighter to play a video game? If so, what game did I play last for an all-nighter? I don't think I actually have ever pulled an all-nighter to play a video game. No, I haven't. Not even in my childhood. AG-22, plan on getting a tattoo? Not anytime soon. Wyatt Chatron, have I seen Ant-Man and the Wasp in theaters yet? No. My reaction if Bill Plumley dropped his Patreon pledge down to $1, I'd be like, okay. He probably would lose mod status instantly if he did that. And he wouldn't be featured in a Q&A. Wyatt, Parker versus Rev1 Chris. I think Chris would still win. Grim Reaper, what is my least favorite movie actor? I don't know if I have a least favorite. I don't have a least favorite. Trivia. How many Iron Maidens are in Resident Evil 4? I can't answer that, man. I would have to think through the whole game. Another trivia question. Which character has the ability to play dead in Resident Evil Outbreak? That's very easy. That's Jim Chapman. But Plumley, Sea Worlds of DC, official title for the DC Extended Universe now, succeed greatly and the MCU crash and burn, or should the MCU grow even better and Worlds of DC completely flop? I'd rather see MCU grow even better, because I'm on MCU's side, not DC's side. Wyatt, trivia question. Where did the villagers in Resident Evil 4 first get infected by the Lost Caucus parasite? Was it in the mines? Like when they started digging up? Something like that. I'm not too sure. Just some gamer, Michael Jackson or Prince? Michael Jackson. Although the both are amazing. Carlos Aranda, Skyscraper seems like a clone of Die Hard. A lot of people have been saying that. AG22, what instrument can I play? I can play a little bit of acoustic guitar and recorder. That's about it. I don't own either instrument, though. I'm not a music playing sort of guy. Wyatt, did I know that the Super Salvador's chainsaw isn't really double-bladed? It's two chainsaws tied together. I probably wouldn't have thought that. Alright. Wyatt Shutrand. Oh, trivia question. How old is Ashley during the events of Resident Evil 4, which took place in 2004? Isn't she... I'd say she's either 20 or 23. I can't remember which of the two. Or neither. 22. She's between 20 and 23. How about that? Bill Plumley. If they would ever make Resident Evil 4... remake Resident Evil 4 in the future, would I want the Resident Evil 5 Plaga variants to be included? And how would I change Ashley for a remake? She'd stop screaming. Act her age. And no, I wouldn't want Resident Evil 5's Plaga variants to be included. Wyatt, thoughts on Resident Evil 8 featuring a 35-year-old, more mature, hardened, fully trained, and badass Ashley as she survives a completely new incident? That actually wouldn't be a horrible idea, if you ask me. It would change my opinion about her. Wyatt, have Resident Evil 8 feature just Ada or just Sheva? I'd rather it feature just Ada. Bill Plumley, do I believe the pen is truly mightier than the sword? It probably is. AG22, what made me want to make a YouTube channel and how did I approach it? Simple. I was obsessed with Resident Evil 5 melee moves back then, and I just wanted to make my own showcase of them. And I did the typical thing a lot of beginner YouTubers do. I pointed a camcorder straight at the TV screen. Not a good thing to do. Okay, we got about 9 more minutes before I'm gonna end the questions here. Yeah, I'm kind of getting tired. Wyatt Chutron, would I rather be a known racist or become really bad at my job, get fired from it, and have a really tough time finding work elsewhere? I'd rather lose my job than be known as a racist. Okay, Wyatt, you're starting to spam. Knock it off. Have everyone think I'm a paranoid survivalist or total douchebag? A paranoid survivalist. Have I seen any of the Tremors movies? No. Novistador vs. Zombie, Ada. Novistador. Superman vs. Supergirl. Well, girls can have a lot more might sometimes. I don't know, though. That's a sexist question, to be honest. I'm not answering that. Supergirl versus Batgirl. On that case, Supergirl. Spider-Woman versus Batgirl. Spider-Woman. Nightboy, you don't think tablets can do FaceTime with these live streams? Well, the thing is, Nightboy, I can't do it through FaceTime. It's through Skype. Unless FaceTime is like a vague term now that goes for all like face. Yeah. AG22. When the new consoles start coming out, which will I get? PS5 or Xbox 2? Ugh, that's a horrible name. I think they already announced the next Xbox console. Isn't it called the Genesis? Xbox Genesis? I don't know. I mean, I went PS1, then PS2, then I went Xbox 360 and Xbox One. So I guess in that natural order, I would get the PS5 next. Yeah. Bill Plumley, do I have any interest in playing Detroit Become Human for PS4? No, I haven't even heard of it. Why, Ada versus Navy SEAL. Ada, Navy SEAL. Degenerations SRT versus UBCS. SRT. My favorite flag. That's racist. Which do I like more, the U.S. flag or the California state flag? I like California state flag more, to be honest. Trivia question: What city do you live in? I know you live in New York, but where exactly? I don't know off the top of my head. Yep, I don't know. Trying to think of your Facebook page where I see it all the time, but why do I want to say something like Hampstead or something, which is probably dead wrong. Yeah, see, I wouldn't have remembered that. Alright, what? Most and least favorite thing about the county I live in. Least favorite thing is filled with criminals. Most favorite thing, it's a hell of a lot more interesting than the one that I used to live in. What? If I had to move to another county in California, which one would it be? So out of Shasta County, I would move to Butte County. What? Trivia question. How many counties does California have? I have no idea, dude. I don't know anything beyond, like, I don't know beyond the southern border of what's being considered Northern California. Grim Reaper, what is the biggest letdown I've had in my life? I don't even really know, but even if I did, I don't know if I would share something like that. Bill Plumley, what's the most annoying thing Wyatt Chachrin has done in a Q&A, in my opinion? Spam questions. AG22, will I pass my channel to my offsprings? Maybe, if they're interested. If YouTube even exists then, which I highly doubt. Wyatt Chachrin, have lots of exploding acid grenades to survive the Ironhead apocalypse, or lots of electricity shot grenades? I'll go with exploding acid. Tina Schroeder, your sister loves Wyatt for those things in a positive way. Sure. Wyatt, Manif gets eaten by Neptune, or Bill Plumley gets devoured by U9. I really don't like answering questions that put my subscribers in jeopardy. Anthony Music. Looking at my cat makes you think that he or she sleeps a lot. She does. especially during the day. Bill Plumley, who wins, the original Ghostbusters or the female? Please, the original. Wyatt, Batman versus Robin. Batman, longest gaming session. Probably about 16 hours. Shortest gaming session. 30 seconds. Wyatt Chachman, who is my internet provider? Charter Spectrum. Do I have cable or satellite TV? Neither. Batman versus 50 Iron Maidens. 50 Iron Maidens. Batman versus Iron Man. Iron Man. Sheva versus Leon. Leon versus Quentin Ketchum. Still Leon. Anthony Music. Favorite portable console. Favorite portable console? Probably have to go with the Nintendo 3DS, even though I don't play that anymore. I don't play any portable consoles anymore. For the Patreon, does it automatically take money each month, or do you have to confirm the payment? You might have to confirm it, because something that seemed to happen with Carlos Aranda is like it started declining his payment method. It must have been a technical issue, or his card expired, something. But once you give it payment information, it probably does start automatically charging unless you physically cancel it. So yeah, if you plan on becoming a patron AG22, just make sure you're able to afford it and keep track of it if you ever had to. Alright, then more questions from Wyatt. Quint Ketchum versus the Bullhort Magini. Quint. Keith Lumley versus Fallen Wing. Keith. Trivia question. What is the name of the ship in Dead Aim? I was going to say the Starlight, but I think that's Gaiden. I don't know. Trivia. What is the name of the train in Zero? Ecliptic Express. That was easy, especially because I just went through that section. Bo Plumley. Do any of my real-life friends upload to YouTube? Yeah. Can't name their channels right now, though. Wyatt Chatron. Do I still have little amounts of motivation to play Zero? Right now, I have zero motivation to play Zero. I'm not working on it again until this fire is gone. That's just the truth. Or until we evacuate, or until at least it gets contained to the point where when there's no chance that I'll all of a sudden have to get evacuated. Do one Q&A completely naked and fully visible, or get addicted to hardcore drugs? Ugh. No, I do not want to become a druggie, so for the ladies, get to see me for a straight hour just completely nude. Not that it might be very attractive. What? Move my entire channel over to Twitch or over to Facebook videos? I'd probably go to Twitch, since technically it is a gaming channel. Bill, have I creeped on you, Wyatt, or Man of social media accounts at any point? Like, scroll through them. Oh, have I creeped through either of your social media accounts? I probably went through your Facebooks. I do that with almost everybody who friends me. Tina Schroeder, you have to go. See you later. You probably already left. Wyatt, Quinn Ketchum versus Clive O'Brien. Again, with the technical stuff, Quint wins, but Clive is a much more resourceful man. AG22, Smash Ashley or normal non-infected Ganada? Well, at least Ashley is a full... the thing is, the Ganadas in Resident Evil 4, even if it's because they're infected, they don't look very attractive, to be honest. So I'll smash Ashley and suffer through her screams. But they would be orgasmic screams. That's a whole different story. Alright, Wyatt Chatrin. Has someone ever successfully changed my opinion on something before? Or has someone ever successfully changed my opinion about some aspect of Resident Evil? No, because I'm pretty hard intent on my personal opinions, and they don't change very easily. Wyatt Chachra, Tina versus AG22. Well, I don't know either of them in real life, so I can't tell you that. Wyatt Chachra, all subs versus Batman and Robin. All subs easily. Bill Plumley with only Resident Evil 7 Survival Knife versus U8. I think anyone would die in that case, even a player. Anthony Music, if I were in Resident Evil 4, would I kill Ashley so she'd be dead to stop annoying players? No. Dallas Martinez, would I put... Oh, shit. I'm still going. Okay, so guys, I would appreciate it if you ended the questions. I mean, just to give an official signal if I can here, which I should be able to. Watch this. Okay. Okay. Alright, so yes, please end the questions. I'm going to just catch up here now. So, Dallas, would I play Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube with the chainsaw controller? I'd give it a go. Wyatt Chachra, become a hardcore computer hardware expert or hardcore internet network expert? Ooh, that's a tough question. I feel like I would rather... Computer hardware, I feel like that it doesn't take much to learn about that. So I would rather become a hardcore internet network expert because then I can start hacking. Anthony Usury, have I played Just Cause 1, 2, or 3? None of them. Wyatt, will I buy a PS5 when it comes out? Not when it comes out, no. Wyatt Chachra, dumbest piece of gaming news I've ever heard? I don't really pay attention to gaming news, particularly. AG22, nice stream. See you in the next video. Yep. Alright. Jiminy... Alright. Dallas, what's the worst console controller ever made in my opinion? The worst console controller ever made. This is probably going to hurt a lot of people, but for me it's the GameCube controller. That thing is super complicated for me. Alright, Anthony Music, would I annoy blind people or glasses wearing people? I'd annoy blind people, probably, because I appreciate glasses wearing people. Wyatt, Hunter Elite versus Crimson Head, Bill Plumley. Hunter Elite. Bill Plumley, when do I want to do the first 4-way Skype test? I'm going to have to hold that off for a while, Bill, because of this fire going on. I mean, that's all I can focus on right now. Alright, Wyatt, Ironhead, Bill Plumley versus Ironhead Maiden. Ironhead versus Iron Maiden. Ironhead. What county did I used to live in? I actually used to live in Trinity County. Worst username I've seen in chat thus far. The worst username? It's probably Resident Evil Sucks. Best username I've seen in the chat thus far. Lil JoJo Superfan. Anthony Music. Yeah, true. KMF. What? A sexy female fighter, Resident Evil 4 hunk, and Bruce McGivern. Gay KMF's making a comeback. Just this one. Well, fine. Bruce McGivern's dying. I'm marrying Hunk since I'm only obligated by marital status. And I'll screw that sexy female firefighter. Hell yeah. Neptune versus Resident Evil 2's sewer alligator. The alligator. My cat versus a wild raccoon. My cat's probably going to lose because she's not a wild cat. Bill Plumley, would I ever be open to receiving fan mail, gifts, and doing a video on it, or just stick with Super Chats and Patreon? I got too much going on in my life to start to even open up the possibility of fan mail. Just too busy. Wyatt, do I keep my receipts for my purchases? No. Do I prefer to shop online or in person? Online. Worst smartphone game I've ever played? This zombie game called Zombies Online. Funniest smartphone game I've ever played. Office Jerk. Smartphone game with the best music I've ever played. I don't care to answer that. Five Magini versus Falling Link. So you need to see. This just proves to me you need to slow down because you're starting to typo in your questions. Falling Link would win. Falling Link versus Bill Plumley. Falling Link's a fictional character. I don't care to answer that. Would I eat Michael Cho, would I eat the most authentic Canadian poutine? Yes, I would. Bill Plumley. Wyatt versus Danny from Karate Kid. Wyatt's gonna lose. Wyatt, me versus you. And what? And fighting? Probably you. I'm not a fighter. Anthony Music. Has the Resident Evil game came out in the year I was born? No, it was before. I was born before Resident Evil was a thing. Then freaking more fucking Wyatt Chatron. Bill Plumley versus me. And what? Me, Bill Plumley versus Tina. You know what? I'm skipping all these questions, man. You're spamming. I'm not appreciating it. All right, I'm gonna end it, people. So this is Shankster94, aka the Gamer Shankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. Yeah, Wyatt, this is a lesson learned for you. I'm going to stop answering if you're going to spam at the end. I know you gave me a reason why you do it, because you just want to have the last word and you're just showing your appreciation, but I'm not appreciating it, so I really would appreciate it if you wouldn't do that. You are abusing your mod status, believe it or not. But anyway, people, this is going to end it. This is Q&A 64. This is Q&A 64. This is Shankster94, aka the Gamer Shankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on my links, Facebook, Twitter, Patreon. Shout out to Wyatt Chatron, Bill Plumley, and Carlos Aranda for being my patrons. And yeah, extra shout out to Wyatt now that you're a $50 patron. I'll see you guys most likely in the next Q&A because yeah, I'm just not content creating until this fire is over with. Peace out. Wish me luck.